Samura isn't a traitor, at least I don't think he is, and I intend to show you why. I'm here all week. Kagurabachi Chapter 57 left off on a huge cliffhanger. Hirohiko is wielding Kumiyori, which is Uruha's contracted blade. Enchanted blades are only supposed to be contracted to one living person as far as we know, so it's not looking good for Uruha, but what could have possibly happened? Last time we saw him, he was in the safest place he possibly could be, next to a master enchanted blade wielder Samura. You couple that with Hirohiko claiming Samura made a pact with Yura, and now he just looks like a big fat traitor. The fan base is shocked and disarray, and so is Chihiro. He seems just as confused as we are. It may look bad, but I'm willing to defend the blind swordsman. I have several reasons why it makes no sense for him to be a traitor. Number 1. Samura hates killing. Part of the reason he blinded himself was because he couldn't stand the sight of killing. He cares about the lives of everyone, from his closest companions to people he doesn't even know the name of. He chose to fight the Hishaku and avoid as many casualties as possible, instead of doing the smart thing and running away, because everyone was there to protect him in the first place. I don't see someone like that killing their own student, then handing over the blades to terrorists, who kill senselessly at that. Also, if he planned to kill Uruha, then why didn't he do it before the Hishaku struck the temple? There was plenty of time, and no one was there to give him a challenge afterwards. And if he's working with the Hishaku, then why did he kill so many of their men, and why were the men also trying to kill him? If the Hishaku are working with a limited number of men, then why would they waste them on a guy who was on their team anyway? You could say it was all a setup to create an opening for Samura to backstab Uruha. Uruha? This guy's name's killing me. But that would be such a waste of resources. Samura is stronger than Uruha, so he wouldn't need to sneak him to win. Also, the tree Hishaku left the battlefield. So what's the difference between backstabbing Uruha now and backstabbing him earlier? The same exact people are in the area. So what was that fight even for if they're on the same team? Then you might say Samura was waiting for Hikari to get Tobimune before turning on them. But the Hishaku already had Tobimune in their possession anyway. Also, there was no guarantee that Hikari gets him the sword. He could have got Kumiyori, or not recovered enough to get either sword. On top of that, Hirohiko confirms that Samura getting his sword was not part of their plan, and that they failed. I think the info he gave Chihiro about Samura was a lie to throw him off, so he could create an opening to use Kumiyori. His arms are cut off, he's pinned to a seat, and he has to time the sword dropping perfectly through a hole in the roof. How else was he going to set up this arrival? I think one of 3 things happened. Uruha was betrayed by someone else, possibly one of the ninja. Uruha was killed by someone random affiliated with the Hishaku. Or number 3, the Hishaku figured out how to bypass a contract. Or it could be number 4 now that I think about it. Maybe Samura and the Hishaku aren't actually working together, but maybe they have similar interests. But honestly, I'm leaning more towards number 1. If he is killed, I think he was killed by someone else, completely different. And personally, I think the girl looks pretty sus. My last video, I said that Kagurabachi may have a pacing problem, and a couple people said that this chapter 57, negates that. I respectfully disagree. Let's say Samura is a traitor, and that subtracts 1 sword from Chihiro's side. Chihiro is still going to annihilate Hirohiko next chapter. Chihiro beats Sojo. You think that a guy with no arms, holding a sword in his mouth that he's never used is going to beat Chihiro? That's 5 out of 7 swords collected, 4 if Samura is a traitor, which I hope he isn't. Last thing that's weird about this chapter is Hikari's bubbles being around Chihiro at the end. Maybe it's just remnants from his first usage, but I don't know. Hikari should be too weak to use his power again, so it may just be nothing. Or he could be calling Chihiro back. I don't know. Of course, we'll see in chapter 58. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe, like, comment. I want to do something fun for Christmas, so the first person to comment the words frozen pizza in the comments will receive a copy of Kagurabachi Volume 1 for Christmas from myself. Happy holidays. Peace out.